Let me start today with a simple question. Have you ever wondered why, even after eating less and exercising more, that stubborn belly fat just doesn't seem to go away? I've heard that same question hundreds of times. From friends, patients, and people in their 60s who've spent years counting calories, cutting carbs, and sweating through workouts, yet still feel stuck. One of my patients, Linda, a 67-year-old retired teacher, once told me, "Doctor, I count every calorie, every cookie, every walk around the block, but my weight barely changes, and my belly still looks the same." She laughed when she said it, but there was frustration behind that laugh. And I told her something she had never heard before. Something most people have never been told. Your body doesn't count calories, it counts nutrients. And the one nutrient it watches most closely is protein. Once you understand that, everything changes. Not just your waistline, but how you feel in your own body. Modern science now confirms something fascinating. Your body is wired to hit a specific protein target each day. When you don't reach that target, a tiny control center in your brain, the hypothalamus, flips on your hunger signal and keeps it on until you get enough protein. It sounds simple, but that single mechanism explains why so many people struggle with weight gain as they age. When you don't eat enough protein, your body tries to make up for it by craving carbs and fat. You eat and eat and eat. Not because you're weak, but because your biology is doing its job. Your body isn't asking for more food. It's asking for more protein. I once participated in a study where two groups of adults ate the same number of calories every day. The only difference? One group got about 30% of their calories from protein, the other only 15%. After 12 weeks, the high-protein group had lost an average of 14 pounds of fat, without dieting harder or working out more. Their hunger signals simply turned off once the protein target was met. Now you might be wondering, so how much protein do I actually need? For most adults, the sweet spot is between 0.55 and 0.75 grams of protein per pound of body weight. If you weigh around 150 pounds, that's roughly 90 to 100 grams a day. But don't think of it as a math equation. Think of it as a biological threshold, a point where your body finally says, "We're good now." I want you to imagine this. You start your morning with a high-protein breakfast. Eggs, Greek yogurt, maybe a scoop of whey protein blended with a bit of fruit. By lunchtime, you notice something new. You're not hungry. You're not craving sweets. Your brain has received the signal. Mission accomplished. Your energy feels steady. Your mind feels clear. And when you look in the mirror that evening, maybe you notice that your belly feels just a little lighter. That's not magic. That's biology working in your favor. When you give your body the right amount of protein, your liver stops producing a hunger hormone called FGF21, and your metabolism shifts gears, from storing fat to burning it. And yes, the belly fat that seemed impossible to lose starts to melt away first. For decades, we were told to focus only on calories. Eat less, move more. But your body is far more intelligent than that. It's not a calculator. It's a conversation between your brain and your biology. You can't bully your body into changing. You have to work with it, feed it what it's truly asking for. Enough protein, enough real nutrition, and it will take care of the rest. One of my older patients, James, 72, once looked at me and said, "Doc, I think my body's broken. I try everything, and this belly won't move." 3 weeks later, after we adjusted his meals to include protein early in the day, he walked into my office, grinning. He lifted his shirt and said, half joking, "Haven't seen my stomach this flat since 1985. We both laughed, not because of the number on the scale, but because he finally felt in control again. And that's the real goal, to make peace with your body, not fight against it. Tomorrow morning, when you sit down for breakfast, give your body what it's truly been asking for. Start your day with quality protein. Let your biology take it from there. Because once you do, you'll discover something powerful. Your body hasn't been working against you all these years. It's just been waiting for you to listen. I want you to picture your body as a smart machine, one that's constantly monitoring and adjusting itself. When your gas tank is low, your car gives you a warning light. When the engine overheats, it slows down. Your body does the same thing. When it's running low on protein, it sends you a powerful message: hunger. And that signal stays on until you give your body what it's asking for. Most people think hunger means, I need more food. But in truth, it often means, I need more protein. Scientists call this the protein leverage hypothesis, the idea that your body eats to reach a specific protein goal, not a calorie goal. When you eat too little protein, your body keeps pushing you to eat more, especially carbs and fats, until you finally reach that invisible number. The problem is, by the time you get there, you've already eaten far more calories than you needed. And the result? Fat storage, especially around the belly. I once worked with a man named Harold, 74 years old. He looked at me one morning and said, "Doc, I think I'm addicted to bread. I just can't stop eating it." I smiled and asked him, "How much protein are you getting each day?" He blinked and said, "I have no idea. I just try to keep my calories low." We changed one thing, his breakfast. 2 eggs, a little Greek yogurt, and a scoop of whey protein. 3 weeks later, he came back and said, "You know what's strange? I still enjoy bread, but I don't crave it anymore. It's like my body finally calmed down." He wasn't imagining it. His biology had shifted. Here's what happens inside you when you get enough protein. Your liver stops releasing a hormone called FGF21, which normally triggers hunger. Your hypothalamus, the hunger center in your brain, sends the message, "We've got enough." And from that moment, your metabolism flips, from storing fat to burning it for energy. That's why protein is especially crucial after age 60. As we age, our muscles become less efficient at using it. If you don't get enough, you lose lean muscle every year, and fat quietly takes its place. So how do you use this knowledge to your advantage? Start early. Don't wait until lunch to eat your first serving of protein. Eat it first thing in the morning. A high-protein breakfast tells your brain, "We're safe, we're nourished, you can turn off the hunger." It's also the best way to trigger GLP-1, the natural hormone that creates a feeling of fullness. The same pathway many modern weight loss drugs are trying to imitate. But you can activate it naturally, with food. If you're retired or working from home, plan simple protein-rich lunches: grilled fish, chicken breast, Greek yogurt, or a quick whey shake. And if you exercise, remember this. After your workout, your protein target temporarily goes up. That's when people often make a big mistake. They burn calories, feel hungry, and then overeat the wrong foods. Here's the fix. Within 2 hours of finishing your workout, get at least 30 to 50 extra grams of protein. Or, if you prefer something lighter, sip essential amino acids, EAAs, especially leucine, which helps quiet those post-workout cravings. Now, here's a little secret I share with my patients. Protein and calcium work beautifully together. When you combine them in one meal, say cottage cheese, sardines, or Greek yogurt, you double the appetite control effect. Your brain senses that both nutrient needs have been met, and the hunger switch finally flips off. And if you want a simple bonus trick, try a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and water before meals. It converts into acetate, a natural fuel for your brain that helps take the edge off hunger between meals. It's not magic, it's chemistry. I also recommend adding a pinch of salt or electrolytes during the day, especially if you're eating fewer carbs. Low sodium can trigger the same hunger neurons that protein does. That's why a salty electrolyte drink can sometimes calm cravings almost instantly. Finally, shift most of your carbs to dinner. By the end of the day, your body has already reached its protein goal, your hunger is lower, and your metabolism is balanced. You'll enjoy your evening meal, sleep better, and wake up lighter, both physically and mentally. I've had people in their 70s tell me, "It's too late for me to change." And every time I remind them, your body doesn't care how old you are. It's always listening. It's always ready to respond, if you speak its language. And that language is not less, it's right. Give your body what it truly needs, and it will reward you with energy, balance, and peace. Because even at 70 or 80, your biology is still rooting for you, waiting for you to finally work with it, not against it. At this age, we've all heard 1,000 promises. Drink this and lose weight. Try that workout and watch the fat melt away. But I want you to remember something simple. Your body doesn't need more promises. It just needs to be understood. For decades, we were told that eating less and moving more was the secret. But the human body isn't a calculator. It's a conversation between your brain, your hormones, and your biology. And when you start giving it what it truly needs, Enough protein, hydration, good fats, and rest. It rewards you with balance, energy, and peace. I'll never forget Linda, the woman I told you about earlier. She came back to my office a few months later, walking lighter, smiling brighter. "Doctor," she said, "I don't count calories anymore. I just focus on protein. And for the first time in years, I feel like I'm not fighting my body." I looked at her and smiled, not because she lost weight, but because she found something far more important: peace with her body. That's the real transformation. If you're listening to this right now, I want you to start your own quiet revolution. You don't need to change everything overnight. Just begin tomorrow morning with a high-protein breakfast: eggs, yogurt, or a simple shake. Feed your body what it's been asking for all along. When you do, something beautiful happens. Your cravings fade, your mind clears. You feel lighter, not just in your body, but in your spirit. Because you're no longer at war with yourself. You're finally listening. Even in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, your body is still on your side. It's still trying to heal, to protect you, to keep you strong. But it needs your cooperation. Not punishment, not starvation, not guilt. The real secret isn't less. It's right. Enough protein. Enough nutrients. Enough patience to believe that your body can still change. Because it can. If this message spoke to you, share it with someone you love. A friend, a spouse, or even your adult children. Sometimes, one small piece of truth can change how someone lives the rest of their life. Thank you for spending your time here with me. Keep walking this path. Eat wisely, live gently, and let your body teach you the greatest lesson of all. Healing doesn't come from control. It comes from understanding.